All right, everybody. I just wanted people to see this will be another intro because I wanted to basically bring awareness to this because people we're seeing a lot of tampering with the food even now. Um, there's a video on Vulcan Wolverine's channel. He is a fellow target individual, and it's basically showing a video of how they're injecting, that not literally, but they're basically got a 3D based image of how, basically a 3D based video of how they're injecting cattle with vaccinations. So you can only understand, or you can only realize like what vaccinations they're using. The same ones you don't want to take. They're literally putting that in the livestock. If you didn't know. Okay. Anyway, I wanted to bring awareness to certain foods that people may be eating even now that you really aren't aware of. Now, I've got like three videos on my guide channel, MM's TI Strategy Guide. I am make sure we're still recording. Yes, we are. Awesome. Okay, with this, what it basically does, right? It basically goes into details of several different ingredients that are in both your food and your hygiene products that you need to avoid, and as to what these effects of these items have. That's what that will be in the third video. The videos are called, ingredient lookout list one, ingredient lookout list two, and then remote neural monitoring effects that it has with food or whatever. That will be the third video, but the title may not be pronounced like that, but it's somewhat like that. Anyway, this would be an article I'm going over now. It's from, brought to you by Honey Colony. Anyway, 10 foods with shockingly disgusting ingredients by Chris Parrish, published July 31st, 2017. So that wasn't that long ago. That's no more than what, like 3 years ago, 3 years and a few months ago. Stay far, far away from these. Certain foods we love may contain disgusting ingredients we are in the dark about. Staying is an integral part of our well-being, but what constitutes healthy? We often limit ourselves to believing stereotypically healthy foods are safe to eat when in fact they contain hidden toxic ingredients. Reading the ingredients on the packaging of a product is easy, but understanding what those ingredients are and how they are processed is more difficult. According to Southern California-based registered dietarian who wishes to stay anonymous, ultimately eating whole foods that are minimally processed, if at all, is the best we can do for our health. Fewer ingredients, the better. While there are more companies attempting to make the transition towards healthier products, many popular brands continue to use questionable ingredients. It is essential for us to recognize what those ingredients are and understand the potentially harmful effects they can have on our health. Disgusting ingredients. Number one, chocolate. According to the chocolate store, the average American consumes 11 pounds of chocolate per year. Certain chocolates, such as Kit Kat, Cadbury, and Hershey products, are known to contain ingredients called PGPR, polyglycerol palos. I could barely pronounce that. Palosinoate. This is how large corporations work around the extensive hassle of putting actual chocolate in their chocolate PGPR replica, in their, chocolate in their chocolate. PGPR replicates cocoa butter it replaces cocoa butter in chocolate products and gives Hershey products their unique, slightly bitter taste and smell. While considered safe in small amounts, PGPR can cause liver enlargement in larger intakes. Disgusting ingredients. Number two, cereal. According to statistics, the average American consumes about 160 bowls of cereal per year. I have not eaten cereal in years, and I don't intend to eat it anytime sooner. Many cereal products are labeled as healthier breakfast options, but they are anything but healthy. Leading cereal brands, Kellogg's, is known to include the herbicide weed killer. Okay, what the hell is herbicide weed killer doing in Kellogg's? Seriously? What the fuck? What the hell is that doing in there? Okay, glyphosate in some of its products. The glyphosate is left residually on treated crops, which are then directly used in cereal in larger quantities. Products containing glyphosate have the potential to cause nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Can cause malformations in infants and may actually be, according to researchers, the most important factor in development of a wide variety of chronic diseases. It is definitely an ingredient to be avoided. Many sugar based cereals also contain corn syrup, which is banned in other countries due to its negative health implications. Now, people need to understand corn syrup is just as harmful, if not worse, as high fructose corn syrup. It's not as any different than the other. Um, let's see how how they describe what this is going to be. Okay, so corn syrup, which is banned in other countries due to its negative health implications, Primera Blueprint Certified Health Coach Team says. Okay, I want to see that link. Hold on. Okay, I guess they're not gonna show it there. Let's go back. I still trying to figure out what the hell is Kellogg's thinking putting herbicide in their damn stuff like that. That's crazy. Just gotta get that off. Okay, so yeah, we already read the thing. Okay, at breakfast time, I wouldn't recommend that anyone consume cereal, as what you really need in the morning is protein and fats. Consuming cereal results in a huge glucose spike, which creates a demand for insulin. Instead, I would opt for bulletproof coffee, or one of my favorite breakfasts: bacon, pasteured eggs, and avocado. If a person insists on eating cereal, I would advise them to go for something that is made with quinoa or rice and has a low sugar content. Keep in mind that this has high protein fat. Breakfast is part of a keto, ketogenic you gotta forgive me. I'm just now even realize. This is the first time I've even seen these words. Paleolithic diet, which does not necessarily work for all body types. Disgusting ingredients number 3: packaged cookies. It is alarming to learn that such popular products like Oreo cookies, not the Oreo, man, a copious amount of herbicide residue within its ingredients. This should be a wake up call, particularly for parents who allow their children to consume such large amounts of these snacks. Glyphosate and similar herbicides have been linked to cancer and birth defects in children. Consuming larger in amounts of Oreo cookies also means the consumption of greater amounts of trans fat. Trans fat consumption has been linked to cardiovascular disease. At least I pronounced that right. Now that's a word I know. Discussing ingredients number 4: iced tea and soft drinks. Most of us know that soft drinks manufactured in the U.S. are made using corn syrup, which is dangerous in large quantities. But there are other nasty ingredients in these drinks as well. Many products such as Diet Nestea, Diet Fanta, and Diet Sprite are also known to include an ingredient called sodium benzoate, also known as E211. Sodium benzoate is a salt derived from benzoic acid that is used as a preservative in foods. Horribly enough, it is also the main ingredient for various paint stripper products, spot removers, and rubber cements, according to research done at Southampton University in UK. Tests on products containing the ingredient have been known to lower the IQ in children and increase hyperactivity in children aging from 3 to 9 years old. People, when I said that they were putting ingredients in your food that is related to a lot of different behavioral things and a lot of different things as far as remote monitoring and remote manipulation. I'm not joking. You can literally go to the store. You don't even have to purchase it. Just look at this literally watch this video, because I'm going to leave a link in the description to this article. Look at what this is telling you and look at what's on the product. You're going to see the exact same thing. This is exactly what they're putting in your food. Understand, they knew what they were doing when they were doing this. They knew precisely what they were doing. They didn't care because they were being paid off. And guess what? People didn't realize about it because people were not going out there to really understand what was going on. And whenever it came to people like myself who are just trying to tell you what's going on, what do? Oh, the person's just too paranoid. Or the person just doesn't know what they're talking about. They're crazy. They don't, they're mentally ill. Anything to silence the person who was trying to warn you to stop eating their disgusting shit. Okay? They don't care because they don't have to eat it because the first off they being paid to keep everybody hushed up about it. They're being paid to keep people in the dark about it. So of course they're gonna go with preventing people from speaking out about it. That's just obvious. Okay, aging from 3 to 9. Okay, let's get to the next part. Disgusting ingredients, microwavable popcorn. I don't even care what the heck it is. Anything, don't cook nothing in the microwave. Don't even use a microwave because first off, man, if you're being hit with directed energy weapons, even if you're not being hit with directed energy weapons, do not use a microwave because understand that the food that you cook in there is basically picking up large amounts of radiation, and when you're consuming that radiation is basically getting absorbed into your body. The worst place that could ever go is your core, man. That's the worst place that could possibly go. Not all popcorn is necessarily harmful to our health. Certain plain popcorn is considered a safe option. Flavored popcorn, however, is a different story. As an example, popular popcorn brand Orville Redenbacher's is known to include ingredients that contain trans fat and large quantities of hydrogenated oil. Additionally, the bag containing the popcorn is lined with perfluorotonic acid, which is the same toxin found in Teflon pots and pans. It can stay in the human body for long periods of time and has been linked to the infertility and cancer. The disgusting ingredient hydrogenated oil is also a single molecule away from being plastic. Now, I've been stated that these nanites are basically very, very fond of, of what's that word I'm looking for? Not silicone, but what is that word? Basically synthetic. That's the word I'm looking for. These things are very well known in synthetic. This is why they put synthetics in just about every damn clothing you wear. If you can get yourself a hold of some cotton fabric, that'll be basically another step away from getting away from like a lot of the way that this stuff is. You got to understand like the energy coming from the earth is very good. You need to start absorbing that energy. The energy coming from the sun is very good. You got to start absorbing that energy too. And honestly, they give you rubber shoes to cut you off from that. They give you sunglasses to cut you off from the energy from the sun. Um, Man, it seems like they try to come up with either an excuse for a problem or they'll create a problem, and then they'll always come up with just so happen to have a solution around the corner. But in reality, the solution that they're giving you is actually for a sinister purpose. Just give me a second here. Okay, that containing the popcorn is long. Yeah, I already read that. So make sure you check the ingredients before diving into your favorite popcorn. Popcorn can be made from scratch and sweetened using more natural sugars. This offers a much safer alternative to some of the microwavable popcorn we find in stores. Disgusting ingredients in potato chips. Now, this is going to be an interesting one because I'm telling you, you guys, you probably, depending on what chips you're eating, you may be very disgusted with what you have been eating. Pringles and other stackable potato chips are dangerously addictive due to high amounts of salt included in crunchy texture. They're also known to include acrylamide, a toxin created during the process of the food. Acrylamide is known as a cancer-causing toxin that is created when potato chips are cooked at high temperatures. When cooked at high temperatures, the chips will acquire more of a crunchy texture, making them more addictive to the consumer. Acrylamide is also present in manufacturing of items such as construction adhesive, varnishes, and asphalts. Dude, are you serious? Asphalt? That's the stuff that's supposed to go in. That's basically the stuff that they put out on as in replacement of concrete. Crazy. Look for healthier alternatives such as pop chips, which contains a healthier level of salt, and avoid this harmful toxin. Discuss the ingredients. Number 7, deli meats. Deli meats are a popular choice amongst Americans, but can have a dark side. Top brands, Boarhead is known to include sodium nitrate within its products. Under certain conditions, sodium nitrate can damage cells in the human body and can also form into molecules that can contribute to cancer. It seems like a lot of shit that they are putting in this stuff is all leading to cancer. And it's like, why? And you wonder why there's so many cases with people dying of cancer. It's because of the shit that they're putting in your food. Amanda Cross, an investigator in the Division of Cancer Epidemiology and Genetics at the National Institute of Health, states multiple epidemiological studies have found a relationship between processed meat intake and increased risk of colorectal cancer. Uncured meat can also contain nitrates, so try to reduce your intake of uncured meats and always look to eat fresh meat when possible. Disgusting ingredients in cereal and granola bars. Cereal and granola bars are a popular snack, particularly amongst children, while other are many products available that offer natural ingredients. It is important to be able to identify the harmful versions. Kellogg's, Nutri-Grain, and Quaker Chewy granola bars contain high fructose corn syrup. You definitely want to avoid that ingredient at all costs, okay? And are also processed with hexane. Hexane is a chemical commonly taken from crude oil and petroleum. The same crude oil and petroleum we put in our cars. Hexane is classified as a neurotoxin and a hazardous air pollutant by the Environmental Protection Agency. When looking for your favorite snack bars, always make sure to look for the product with the United States Department of Agriculture USDA seal, since hexane is banned in the organic food production. Nutrition expert Tom Shear says, I would replace packaged cookies, potato chips, and granola bars with occasional handful of nuts. Macadamias are great as contain a high amount of healthy fats and I can't even pronounce that word, which is a precursor to serotonin. The feel-good neurotransmitter chemical in the bars on the market, like the Primal Kitchen range, my favorite being the macadamia salt. Discussing ingredients in oatmeal. There is often nothing better than a warm bowl of oatmeal in the morning. Since it's easy to make, it's better to make slow-cooked oatmeal in your own at home. As one of the most popular brands on the market, Quaker's oatmeal product contains glyphosate residue from treated crops. Similarly to many cereal products, the glyphosate in Quaker oatmeal is the same glyphosate used to kill weeds, with residue of the substance left on the selected oats. Quaker has also been accused of using it as a drying agent for the oats shortly before harvest. Glyphosate has been linked to cancer. Why is so much damn food is related to cancer? Like, what the fuck, man? Seriously, it's like when you see all of these people dying from cancer, it's like it's the fucking it's the fault of the bastards putting this shit in the food. Crazy. Anyway, autoimmune disease and other health concerns. While it's been deemed safe in small quantities, looking for less processed alternatives or creating your own oatmeal is a better idea. Disgusting ingredients. Number 10, chewing gum. Chewing gum is a favorite for kids, adults, and alike. However, it may be the most hazardous product on this list. Chewing gum is not swallowed. Now, Back when I was first hit with this directed energy weapon, I did chew some chewing gum, and actually, that was a while ago. But I realized like it was actually making the effects of it a lot worse than it was, and I think it was what like Dantine Ice or something like that that I was chewing back then. I don't chew chewing gum anymore after I started doing my research though. Chewing gum is not swallowed, so its ingredients are actually ingested through the walls of the mouth. Chewing gum conflicts with the body's ability to digest enzymes, which means it inadvertently acts as a preventer in getting the nutrients where required from food into our bloodstream. That's not all. The following hazardous ingredients found in chewing gum have been directly linked to causing cancer. Another cancer causing item. Like, what the hell? Aspartame. Aspartame is an artificial sweetener that is metabolized within our bodies into both wood, alcohol, and form dilate. I don't even know how to pronounce that, which is a carcinogenic. Aspartame has also been linked to weight gain, birth defects, and brain tumors. BHT, Butyllite hydroxide. Oh man, they really got some seriously weird names for these things. Anyway, BHT has actually been banned in many countries but remains legal in the US. It is used as a food preservative. You know something? If people don't understand like why so much of this shit is banned in other countries and we're allowed to get this crap, if you don't believe that that your government sees you as cattle, I don't know, and it's a guinea pig, a test subject. I don't know what else to tell you because all the proof is there. You sit there and literally call somebody a damn conspiracy theorist. Look, man, people who view shit like that, you're an idiot. I'm sorry. I'm not even trying to be mean. I'm just being honest. You are an idiot. You are a dumbed down moron who is basically accepting payoffs and thinking that you're gonna be a-okay, but when you gotta understand, you still refuse to open your mind to the truth, the fact that when they don't need you, they're gonna cast you out. You are a idiot who's basically feeding off a chicken feed that they're giving you. They're good. They can cut you off at any given time. What are you gonna do? Go to the people you've been calling conspiracy theorists? Are you serious? When they turn on you, what the fuck are you gonna do? There won't be a damn thing you can do because the people are gonna look at you like, well, you were talking against us before, and now you're looking to get help from us. Are you fucking serious? And you see, they don't think about that. They never do. Look, man, almost every damn product of every damn food in the U.S. and there are ingredients in damn near all of this food. Not all of it, but damn near all. There are ingredients in the U.S. that are allowed that are banned in other countries. Why in the hell would they make it okay for us to consume these things if this stuff is leading to cancer? They want to talk about so many problems about how many people are dying of cancer, but they never want to they never go into details, man. They never go into the detailed things when it comes to these fucking news broadcasts, and they're all paid off to only broadcast what they're told to broadcast. They're not broadcasting you the real news. They're not giving you the full story. And damn near everything that they freaking report is what? Only 85% of what really happened? And that other that other fucking 15% has the biggest part of the details in the whole situation that they're not telling you, and they're basically rewording it to make it sound as if like it wasn't really what happened. Now, with that man who was basically murdered by that cop due to lack of oxygenation, I looked on the news, man, and dude, like seriously, they fucking what they did. This is their exact words. The confrontation between both him and the cop. Cop had him down, and the man died. They say he just died shortly after. They said died. They didn't say murder. They didn't say a cop murdered this guy. No, they said he just died. Man, let me tell you something. The news broadcasts basically are stating and saying the exact same fucking script, even if it was worded. Sometimes it's worded different, sometimes it's not. You need to keep an eye out for that, because that's gonna show you that these assholes are all reading a given script from the same fucking source that they're being paid to do. But they won't tell you that. They won't want you to notice that. You see, they don't want you to know about that. They don't want you to know that this shit is all coming from the same fucking thing. They don't want you to know that. Look, man, the biggest fucking cause of the cancer is the fact that people are eating food out of the microwave, and the fact that they're putting this fucked up ingredients in food. You want to know why cancer is so bad? That's why. You want to know why cancer is so bad? It's not just because of that. It's because of all of us being surrounded by this fucking EMF that's all over the damn tri-state area, all over the U.S. They're coming up with more excuses to bring more and more radiation into the environment. I'm just like, what the fuck? Seriously. The whole point of them killing that man was to have a distraction. That's what it was. It's a distraction. And look at how many people started protesting that. Look at how many people protested that. But when it came to the 5G, we didn't have that many people. It wasn't until somebody died that we have that many people. Let me tell you something, man. People had plenty of things to say. People had their phones out, true. And if it wasn't for that, we would probably have never known about this. That's true. But did anybody do anything? Did anybody say, fuck this, push that officer off that man to probably save his life? No, you want to know what happened? People stood there with their phones out and just recorded. That's what happened. People stood there recording a man being murdered in front of them. You want to know what that is? It's not just a test. It isn't just a test. It's not just a deflective tactic to basically shift in, public interest. It's a fucking test to see whether people are going to act or not. They want to know if you're going to act. Are you going to just sit there on your ass and just stand there and watch a man get murdered in front of you? Or are you going to actually fucking act and push them off that man to save a person's life? To say, I'm not going to just sit here and watch you kill somebody in front of me. Even if I get hurt in the process, the fact that I fucking did something to get your ass off of that person shows to give inspiration for those who wouldn't have done so otherwise, to where they will act. I want to know, people, do you not understand that this shit is a test? They are testing you to see what you're going to do. And the whole, you see, like the whole protesting thing, they wanted you to do that. Why? Why did they want you to protest that and not the 5G? Simple. So that they can blind you from what they're still doing. The media is going to eat this shit up like crazy, man. Like crazy. They're going to eat this stuff up so much, like flies to shit. And people are going to fall for it. People are already still sending their kids to these dangerous ass weaponized schools, man. We should have already had these towers taken down by now. They should have already been stripped down. I am glad that people are refusing, but like, literally just have your, have to not be people. It is so frustrating that it's hard to even get the words out, People, please, if you hear me right now, Get yourself prepared to leave the freaking grid before October. Please do, for your own safety, for your family safety, because I'm telling you, you don't want to be around when October hits. You don't want to be anywhere near in the cities when October hits. I want people to understand that they are knowingly poisoning you through your food. They are knowingly poisoning you through the chemicals that they lace out in your skies. This stuff is getting not just into your food. So you got to deal with two fucking things here. You got to deal with fucking GMO engineered poisoning. And then you got to deal with the fucking the GMO stuff that they're putting in the food. They have went so far with it that they got it to where it's growing with the plant now. Bugs are dying off as they eat it. What do you think is going to happen to you when you start consuming this stuff over a long period of time? You're going to end up being no different than the insects that were biting off this stuff, just the same. And that's exactly what they're planning on doing. They still got this food selling. It's got this stuff all linked to, got these ingredients all in there linked to cancer. It's been banned in other countries, but they still allow us to eat this shit. And the people who know about this won't tell you a damn thing about it. Anybody who speaks any little bit of truth are always just labeled a fucking conspiracy theorist. And all they're trying to do is help people. All they're trying to do is inform people. Stop fucking killing yourself. Stop literally harming both yourself and your children unknowingly, you know? Literally giving your family cancerous products is no different than killing them yourself. And it's the ignorance, man. And honestly, you're not at fault because it's the ignorance. It's the damn ignorance. And it really makes, and when you start to realize all of this shit that's happening, it makes you mad at yourself too. It's like all this shit that's been happening, didn't even see what's going on, only for me to find out now. And these assholes are still lying through their fucking teeth about this. And we got these assholes in amongst our neighborhoods who are supporting this shit. Are you fucking kidding me? They know what's happening. They know people are poisoning themselves when they eat this shit. They know that they're poison in disguise. They know that they're even still killing people even now. I bet you they're still killing people even right now. And it's not on film. I guarantee you. You remember all them women that came up missing? All those mysterious deaths that happened? Remember that? And how mysteriously this article came out in the in the news. It came out in the news, and what it was is that guess what? We actually set this up to where men can now have uteruses. So basically, a man can give birth to a child. That shit is unnatural, dude. That shit is unfucking natural. God didn't design man to do that shit. No. Hell no. I'm telling you, man, like the shit is crazy. It is really fucking crazy. These people, I'm fully aware that these gang stalkers are being mind manipulated in some way. I guarantee you that. The more desperate they get, the higher they are pumping them with manipulative frequencies. And I know damn well that that's happening because I witnessed a motherfucker literally poison himself in front of me. If these people who are working for this organization knew half the shit that I know, they would not be consuming high fructose corn syrup. They would not be doing the shit that they normally do. They don't. So I know that they don't have anywhere near the amount of knowledge about what all this shit really does. And you want to know what's fucked up? The people they are working with who are also on the streets know this shit, but they don't fucking tell them. So basically, they're working alongside people who are allowing them to die. They don't have to take them out because they're already poisoning themselves just like that. But are they going to fucking tell them? No. Are they going to tell them what this organization really is doing? How it's literally mind raping people by the day? Why do you think they want smart meters in your homes? so they can basically monitor and track what the fuck you're using in your home. Why do you think they want these towers up? You want to know why they want these towers up? It's so they can push, move that weaponized shit on into the country. That's why. They just want that weaponized shit to be moved on in. Moved on and make it, just go ahead and make it easier for them. Why don't you? Just go ahead and make it easier for them, because all they got to do is bring the shit in once the grid is finished. Which is the whole point of getting the fuck off the grid before that shit happens. A lot of people who are still, convinced that us TIs are, a fucking conspiracy theorists. No, the fuck we're not. We're some who are aware of our situation may call us victims. We are not fucking victims. We are fucking warriors, damn it. We are fucking warriors. Even if we don't survive to see the next day someday soon, it don't fucking matter. I guarantee you every single one of us is gonna make life a living hell for these assholes. I can guarantee you that. And even if we gotta fucking go through these damn perps to do it, I guarantee you someday soon, we're gonna make life a living fucking hell for these bastards, because we've literally found out so much. We found out so much. We figured out so much, and they know that we are the biggest fucking threat to them. They know this shit. Now, as far as things go as of now, understand we're in the calm before the storm, but basically I'm gonna give you a script on what they're gonna be doing. This is gonna happen when October hits, I guarantee you. Now, a lot of people who have already looked into their satanic calendar thing that they got going on, they plan on basically using these weapons on the kids. What happens when they use these weapons on the kids? Quite simple. They're gonna say, "Oh, well, these kids are infected with COVID-19. They having the the symptoms. Why do you think they got the contact tracing shit out there?" People have already been fucking exposing that they're basically lying about the numbers, how they're just classifying people who die from natural causes are still being labeled as COVID-19 patients, even though they didn't, they're starting to say, "Oh, you don't fucking die with COVID-19, damn it. You're supposed to die from it. If you're not dying from it, then it's obviously something not right about that." Let me tell you something, man. They want people dead. Period. That's it. Why do you think they're so desperate for this shit, man? I'm pretty certain there's two things happening in the prison systems. Number one, they already had perps in there as informants, basically. I guarantee you they fucking had perps in there as informants. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. If you were a targeted individual going to prison, I guarantee you they put motherfuckers in there for that shit. Purposely. And guess what? They're only in there for a short amount of time until you are out or something else. And you want to know what's going to happen by the time they fucking get out? I guarantee you they get paid for that shit. I bet you they fucking get paid for that trifling ass shit. Pardon my language, but the more and more I think about this, man, of what this stuff does, the more and more it just pisses me off. It really does. To see people just buy into this, man, to let this stuff happen, to just be okay with this. People are seeing, let me tell you something. When you see people are okay with people dying, that's remote manipulation. That is remote manipulation via this weapon, okay? You want to know why they wanted this shit in the facilities, especially the damn hospitals? It's so they can basically tackle the minds to basically enforce. Let me tell you something. The people who are involved with this company are even more laced with this technology than us targeted individuals are. Why? Because they're around the motherfuckers who supply it. Every time these assholes shake each other's handshakes, give each other a hug, share an item or something like that, they are lacing themselves with this shit unknowingly. Some of them are aware of the smart dust that's being put out there, but the lower part of their ranks have no fucking idea. They don't know jack shit about any of that. They don't. At this point, I've already, rambled on too much. That's base. Wait, I guess that's pretty much it for this article. There's a few more things, but like it's not really going into any more items. I'm gonna leave a link in the description for this. I know I didn't finish it. You got my most sincerest apologies for that, and I did get sidetracked. But man, dude, it's like every fucking like the World Health Organization, the same motherfuckers who literally saying, "Well, we gotta go door to door to families and shit," right? And vaccinate you are the same assholes who allowed this shit in your food supply. I want people to understand that the fucking WHO, the World Health Organization, are the same assholes who allowed this stuff in your food. And they have the audacity to get it in their head that they have any fucking authority to tell people what they need to fucking do. Are you fucking serious? You know what this shit is. You allow it in the food. People talked about it. You choose to ignore it. You think people believe you got their fucking best interest? No. You are a greedy, you and the rest of all you dirty motherfuckers are a greedy fucking ass pig who are basically doing nothing but literally feeding this shit up, snorting this stuff up, and just literally fattening yourselves up like cattle. You're the cattle looking to basically lead everybody else astray. It's crazy, man. It is just, it's unbelievably crazy, you know? It really is. You target an individual, you can't even fucking go outside and just to go outside just to enjoy yourself. You gotta have like 20 to fucking 30 fucking people watching you. You wanna know something? You wanna know reason why they gotta have that many people on one person? It's because we're that much of a threat to them. I just want you to really understand how big of a threat we are to them and their fucked up organization. They gotta have tons of people to watch us. Okay? They gotta have tons of people to watch us. That's how much of a threat we are to them. They are fucking scared of us. They are scared of us, but they don't want us to know that. If you are a fellow TI, understand that they fucking fear you. That's why they gotta lace you with nanotech to control you, to manipulate you. That's why they gotta do all of that shit. That's why. That's precisely fucking why. It's because they fucking fear you. They are afraid of what you can do. That they don't want you to know it. They don't want TI. Let me tell you something. There was a woman who was also a fellow TI going through the same shit, the whole stalking bullshit that they do. You want to know what happened? These people who ended up acting as a task force, right, to basically track these fuckers down. They had tracked these perps all the way down to a FBI agent. That's what happened. So when these perps leave, they basically are either going to one or two things. They either go into a Freemason police officer, or they're going into an FBI agent. When they leave from you, that's precisely where they're going. Could be the Masonic Lodge. It could be a meeting place somewhere nearby, but I guarantee you, it's going to be one of those fuckers nearby in the area. I can guarantee you that much. But understand, and this is my saying to all TIs out there, you are a hell of a lot stronger than you know. But they will do anything in their power, anything that they are capable of, to prevent you from realizing that you are genuinely strong. You know, I had many different opportunities in life to get myself in a relationship, but you know something? I've realized how fake the world is. And it's not even the world that's fake. It's the reality that they've, constructed around the world that's fake. It's what they created that's fake, which is all nothing but a frequency-based illusion. Dumbing us down through our food supplies, dumbing us down through our water supplies, dumbing us down with misinformation through education, dumbing us down with the lies, the deceitfulness, every fucking thing that they did, everything. I'm telling you something, man. Every little bit of government, every little bit of all of this shit has to literally be thrown away. All of it. Every single bit of it. Because you got to understand, when you go to school, man, school is nothing but a form of mind manipulation. There's not all those damn textbooks in there are nothing but a book full of part truths and lies. They're only giving you half percentage of the truth, but not the whole damn truth. And understand, you're only going there to learn what you are told to learn. And what you are told to learn is not 100% true, considering the behavioral patterns of this damn organization that's been doing this. The same fuckers responsible for this are the same fuckers who are in office now. But you need to understand, the bastards who are there are nothing but fucking representatives just to cover the assholes up who are really responsible for this shit. The people who are really responsible for this, they will never show their face on any television program. They will never show their face in any form of television whatsoever, not into nobody's face, nothing like that. You will never fucking see them on the news, on the television stations, or in person. You will not see that. I want people to understand, the people who you see, like Obama, Trump, all of them, they're nothing more than people to basically act as the fall man. But the assholes who are really responsible for this shit are still in the shadows. Those are the fuckers I'm looking for. Because you take them down, this whole shit falls apart. Let me tell you something though. It's going to get to a point where some people know where to find them. But I guarantee you, anybody knows that shit, they're probably going to take them out long by now. Anybody who has any knowledge of their whereabouts, they're going to be well informed to silence them if they ever plan on speaking out. But I want people to understand that those are the bastards who are officially responsible for all of this bullshit. It's the unseen enemy that's responsible for all of this, because that's the motherfucker who's pulling the strings for all of this stuff to happen. Justice can't be done because the identity of this asshole or assholes are not aware. They have people who they are manipulating to pose as a distraction and as a scapegoat, so that when everything goes down, you would take your shit down on them and not the real fucking culprits from this. Am I basically saying trying to give them a way out for what they're doing? No, not in any sense of the word. But I'm telling you, it's a very difficult situation when you're dealing with mind control technology. It's a very difficult situation, man. So when you see some corruptive bullshit happening, when you see a lot of truths coming out about a lot of the shit that they have done, understand that it's the unseen enemy that is responsible for this. Every horrible act that has been committed within society, every horrible thing that has ever been done, is all related to them. Because understand, a person can't just go out and do the things that they do what another person would consider to be horrible. A person has to learn those things. And what better way to learn such things than to be fucking exposed to it in some sort of way? If you haven't watched Out of Shadows, I highly recommend you to watch that shit. It basically goes into great detail about how the CIA is basically putting subliminal messaging through your TV screen. If you are watching television, if you are watching the news, understand that you are exposing yourself to this stuff. When it comes down to any of that, understand that they put subliminal messaging through those television screens. They put this stuff flashes on and off so fast that your eyes can't catch it. Not to mention the satanic symbolism through all of that stuff, man. You're seeing signs of the Illuminati, signs of the fucked up Baphomet bullshit, signs of all kinds of stuff in perversion all throughout the television screen, television. Not to mention animated shows that were supposedly for kids. No offense, but they do this shit a lot even in Family Guy, and Finding Family Guy is not even a fucking show for kids. Let me tell you something, man. I'm a gamer, and I'm seeing people have their kids play M-rated games, you know? And I'm talking about kids no younger than fucking 10 playing M-rated games that has a lot of this fucked up shit in it. Why? It tells you what's on the damn thing from the beginning. Blood, gore, intense violence, drug use, alcohol. It says it right there on the rating. Why would you buy your kid a copy of Grand Theft Auto? Why would you buy your kid a copy of Call of Duty? Why would you buy your kid a game like that and they're too young? They give you a rating. They are telling you this, but people still don't fucking listen. I want people to understand that is the stupidity that we're dealing with right now. And it's as a result as to what the unseen enemy has done. You got people on TikTok doing the fucking Skullcracker challenge. Little did you know, one person actually died from this, possibly more than one person. And another person got severely injured from this. Now, when people do this, considering the threat along with this, understand that that is manslaughter and attempted murder. There was a child who was also pranked with this, and she had no idea what was going on, and it was the bunch of kids saying, "Oh, just do this, and we're gonna, whatnot." She did it. She got severely injured, and she ended up crying as a result from this. We're dealing with the epidemic of idiocy, man. We really are. People have been dumbed down so badly that they convince themselves that they are smart. In reality, they're not. I've somewhat distanced myself from people like this for my own protection because I've seen how that peer pressure shit works. I wasn't cool with that. I wasn't having that, and I already know, like, because of that, I wasn't gonna get along with those types of people. I could have just outright told them why, but you gotta understand with the infiltration shit going on, like people who are basically basically scouts for this crap, they knew about that. I kind of had a feeling that there were people like, look, man, you're not gonna have this much fucking corruption going on. There are not people amongst the neighborhood that are not involved. Come on, there are gonna be people in the neighborhood that are involved. Come on, man. If some things didn't get found out and shit like that, somebody's gonna be responsible for that, right? All that evidence that I had, every single bit of every fucking thing that got said, that happened, all on the audio recorder that got stolen. If they didn't feel threatened by that shit, I don't know what else to tell you. Let me tell you. I'll tell you this much though. I'm done. Once I go off grid, I'm officially fucking done with money altogether. I'm just gonna live off the land and let that be it. The root of all evil can kiss my ass and go straight to go straight, literally shove itself up its own ass to where the sun doesn't shine, and I could care less about it. For now, whatever funds I can get my hands on, I will use that for what for my needs, for what needs to be done. Once that's it, I'm cutting that shit out of my life for good. I'm done because as far as I know, I've seen money do some good things, but in reality, it did a lot of harm as a response. As a trade-off to that. I see some good come from things, and I've seen some bad get exploited by people who have good intent to do good things. I'm not gonna say who the people who got exploited, but I'm just gonna say that I have been a witness to this personally. And let me tell you something, man. The politicians are even worse, if not the worst. But man, I don't know. I feel like I've rambled on too much, but I just don't know. I am grateful I did not settle down, and there's no way. There is no way I plan on ever settling down in the times that we're in right now. There's just no way. I'm not finna go out, settle down, and have no children in a world like this. I would never. ever introduce any children of mine to a world like this. I would never even wish half the stuff that has happened to me in my life onto them, not even for a mere second. Not even for a second. And I feel bad for those who don't even have the slightest clue of how dangerous this world really is. You know, because they're in the dark. They have absolutely no idea. And they're not going to be around when this stuff really gets to its peak. But their kids are going to have to deal with that, you know? So please, if you are watching this, even if you're not a target individual, just take some time out of your fucking day. Get off your ass. Please do the research. Do the research and see all that you have been kept from all this time. Question everything. And stop buying into the bullshit they're feeding you. Stop. This is MM. I'm over and out.